Okay, so I'm kind of freaking out a little bit. Our new snake is supposed to be here. It got on the mail truck at 10:30 in the morning. It's 2:15 now and she's still not here. It's only been snowing for about 20 minutes. I literally don't even know what to do. Our other Central American boa was from California, and I got him by Baby Throne. That's the boa's name. But anyway, I got him by like 11:30. So I'm really not too happy about this. I don't know what kind of excuse this guy's gonna have, but I really hope it's a good one because it was a live animal. Like, it's just stressing me out really bad. You know what I mean? If everything goes alright, I'll keep you posted. Can you guys see that? This is just a logging truck. Sorry, my windows are like really dirty. See that? Where the blinking light is? That's a log sticking out like, I would say probably 3 feet from the back of his truck. And he's pulled over on the side of the road, and look at how people have to get around him. This guy's like not even sure if he can get around them. Sorry, I'm being nosy, but it's right outside my door, and like, I hope he doesn't plan on driving with that log sticking out the back. Look at this load of logs. I can't imagine that wasn't his initial plan. Oh, that's real pretty. So I know it's really dark in here. Here, I'll get in the light. It is 4:45, and I am still waiting for the snake. This is absolute. I feel like I don't even mind her crying because it sets the mood of how angry I am right now. Basically, the guy went like an hour north out of the way to deliver packages somewhere else, and now I'm waiting here, and I don't even know if I'm going to get her tonight. Like, I'm freaking out a little bit, so we'll see. Okay, I know you can't see us, but me and Jackie are right here, and it is literally almost 6 o'clock, and we're still waiting for the snake. I've been on the phone all day with FedEx, and the delivery driver is literally an idiot. I don't know what else to say. I hope somebody gets fired over this because she was supposed to be here before noon, latest, and it's 6 p.m. and she's still not here. I've been going back and forth with Mike, and we're gonna get this solved, but I'm gonna let you know when she gets here. Okay, so I just want to explain what happened last night because it was kind of insane. So long story short, it's a long story no matter what, but I'm going to try and shorten it the best I can. So I bought a snake from Mike from Boston Boas. He's only like 3.5 to 4 hours away from me. Last Friday, he was actually going to drive the snake up. However, it started to snowstorm, and we decided that it was best to push it until next Wednesday. So 2 days ago, Mike shipped the female boa. And obviously, priority overnight, we're like 4 hours away. We assumed it was going to be pretty quick that I got her. So around 10:30, I get an update saying that she's in St. Johnsbury, Vermont, which is like 25-30 minutes away from me. Thank you, sweetie. And that she's on the truck for delivery. So I figure within a half hour, around 11. Okay, ready? So around 11 o'clock, I figured she would be delivered. Well, noon rolls around, and that was like what they said the latest it would be. And I decided to give them a call to figure out what was going on. Fast forward to 4:30 p.m. Fuzzy. I had been on the phone from noon to 4:30, off and on, that entire time trying to figure out what was going on because I had no updates at all. They just kept saying, yep, she's going to be delivered. The roads are really bad. For starters, the snow fell off the roof. So for starters, I literally live 25 minutes away. I know what the weather conditions are. I'm at 1,350 feet in elevation, and St. Johnsbury is probably half of that. Like, I know for a fact what the weather conditions are like because I'm right here. So that was one part that was frustrating because the weather was not bad. I could have literally just driven to St. Johnsbury and picked the snake up if it was that big of a deal. So the woman, I know, snow fell off the roof. So at 4:30, the manager in St. Johnsbury finally gets a hold of me. Her name is Cindy. Hi, Cindy. Cindy was very rude. I was really stressed out because I was expecting a live animal by noon, and by 4:30, I had no real knowledge of what was going on. Me and Mike were going back and forth, like, did they misplace the package and they're just trying to cover it up? Trying to think positively, but, like, how can you think positively when it's, 30 degrees out and it's getting later and later and later? So I asked her to please get a hold of the truck driver, and the conversation escalates into her basically being like, I'm trying to help you, like, there's nothing I can do anymore for you. And I literally almost started crying, and I'm like, Cindy, like, this isn't helping, like, I really need to know what's going on. And she basically was like, get over it, like, you're gonna get your package today or tomorrow, whenever I want, basically, to give you the package. And I hung up. It was ridiculous. It was so rude. I can't just remember everything that was said, but she was really, really, really inconsiderate and very insensitive to the fact that maybe she doesn't like snakes, but I do. And to me, that's a living animal that deserves more respect than just being tossed aside. Like, it'll get there when it gets there. So I call the corporate office again, and I tell them what happened with Cindy, and I tell them that I'm very worried about my package, and I need to find out where it is right now, because I will drive to St. Johnsbury to get it. Mind you, St. Johnsbury closes at 5:15. So it is like 4:30. It takes me about 25 minutes to get there. At 5 o'clock, Mike texts me, and he says, hey, I just called, and they said that they left the package at the post office or at the facility in St. Johnsbury. And I'm like, they've been telling me that it's on the truck. So I'm on the phone when I get these text messages. The guy on the phone ends up getting a hold of the truck driver. The truck driver decided to take a different route. He decided to go to Colebrook first. Colebrook is like an hour and a half away on the Canadian New Hampshire border, which the Vermont-Canadian border is a lot closer than Colebrook. Doesn't matter. What matters is that Colebrook is completely opposite direction. Like, I'm 25 minutes away. This is a priority overnight package. There is no reason why he should have decided to do that. Like, none whatsoever. So that's really one of the biggest problems, and that's really what started this entire thing. So because I called corporate on Cindy and told them that I'm not talking to her again, and I want to know why this guy went to Colebrook with this live animal and not to me, I was pretty heated. I was pretty upset. I'm probably about as heated as I am right now. Talking the same volume I am right now. So, anyway. I finally get through, and the guy says, the guy on corporate who gets a hold of the delivery driver says he's in Colebrook, says within the hour the package will be delivered to you. At almost 7 o'clock, I finally see the truck driver pulling in. So I go outside, and I have a dog. I have a Dutch Shepherd that I should have brought out with me. But it was just so quick, and I'm like, I just need to get this package that I didn't think about it. So I go out, and this is where things start to get really crazy. The truck driver comes up, and he has a headlamp on, and he comes up onto, like, we're building an addition, so it's kind of a porch right now with a roof. So he kind of starts to come up to it, and he's speaking very loudly, and Sadie was already asleep. So I said, excuse me, you need to lower your voice. And he says, you having a good day or something like that? And I'm like, not really. I'm pretty stressed out, and I really need my package. And he's holding a phone in his hand. So he's got the package, like, pretend this is the package. The package is a lot bigger. It's, if this is right side up, he should be holding it right side up. He was holding it like this. Maybe not so dramatic. He was holding it like that. Sorry, Jackie. At like an angle. I'm thinking, okay, obviously a snake is like way in the corner right now. He's holding it like this, and he's holding a phone in the other hand. And he says, not until you apologize to me and my supervisor, Cindy. I'm like, what? What? I was like, absolutely not. I'm not apologizing to you guys. I paid for that package. You're doing your job, and you're not doing a good job at it. Like, excuse me? Long story short here, this is he was there for probably 3 to 5 minutes, which when you're in a confrontation feels like forever. He kept arguing with me. He said, no, I'm not giving you your package. Basically, he would not release the package to me, and he kept arguing with me and saying, not until you apologize to my supervisor and me. And it got to the point where I said, you need to leave my property, and he refused. And I said, you need to release the package now. I paid for that package. You're crossing the line, and I'm going to call the police. Like, I'm not making this up. So I'm making a video of it because this is crazy. This guy, I threatened to call the cops, and he reluctantly shoved the package in my hand. So Jackie's going to help me reenact this. Come here, Jackie. Jackie's, oop. She doesn't want to stand up. So you're just going to stand like this. Like you're pretending to be mama. Look how messy this is. Okay. So I got the package. I'm kind of holding it like this. He gives it to me. Open your hands like you're going to grab it. And he goes, thank you. Just like that. And I took the package and I started walking in the house because I'm like kind of right in front of my door. I start walking in the house and he said something, and it's so hard for me to remember everything everything that happened because I was in the moment. But I'm almost 100% sure he said, yeah, lady, well, you're always going to be the last one on my deliveries. Something like that, or like, I know where you live, or something. I know those two are kind of different, but like something along the lines of that. He's like walking up to his truck. Mama, help. So I'm like shaking. I'm home alone. It's dark out. I've got my 2 kids. Sadie's sleeping, and Jackie's just laying on the floor watching Brian Barczyk. And I'm just kind of freaking out. My dog was inside, and I didn't know, like, if this guy was going to go up to his truck and, like, grab a gun or something. So I came inside, and I immediately was like, I need to dial 911 or something. I'm like, no, I shouldn't dial 911 yet. Like, this guy's not really doing anything that's dramatic. But he wasn't leaving. He just, like, kind of stayed in his truck. So I called FedEx, the corporate. And I called them, and I told them what was going on. And they were like, okay, well, you really need to, like, you know, we're gonna figure this out, and what you really need to do is, you know, if you feel like threatened, then you really need to call the cops. So I get off the phone with her, and literally within like 30 seconds of getting off the phone with her, I like had Vermont State Police number in my phone when my husband pulled in. So the more I talked to my husband, the more he was like, listen, I have firearms, like we have Nola, my Dutch Shepherd that's specifically trained for protecting us. And he's like, you're fine. But when you're a mom, if you're not a woman who's at home alone with a really sketchy driver who's crossing the line, and I'm already stressed out I hadn't even been able to check on the snake. So if you continue watching this, you're going to see I didn't unbox her, but she's here. She's beautiful. She's happy. She's healthy. She's warm and cozy. And I've made some very serious formal complaints against FedEx. Yeah. She's got a good grip on me. So I'm going to just try and let her get down. They're very strong snakes. I don't want her to get scared, so I just want her to kind of unwrap on her own. I'm going to go a little bit. There, get my hand out of there for her. See how pretty her belly is. And I think he said her feeding day was Tuesday, and it's only Friday, and in my opinion, I think she's a little fat. Everybody kind of has their own opinion on size. Wow, look how orange and pretty her belly is. 1 second, Jackie. So I think she's a little fat, but I am going to feed her today, and I'm going to feed her a little hopper mouse. And the reason I'm going to feed her today is because I think that when snakes are not hungry, there's a lot less chance of getting bit. So I want to be able to handle her And I want to be able to get used to her, but I don't want to get bit at the same time. I don't want to make her think I'm going to get bit. So I'm going to feed her while I feed Throne today, and we'll see how she does. Jackie. So here is Sabbath. You can see she's a little scared. She's holding right on to me. She's kind of hard to see, but her belly is really pretty. And she says, I just had a really rough day yesterday. Oh,